What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time-consuming.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. Good night, kiddo.
Hello, welcome in to another video. Another video here on the topic of The Last of Us, the show, kind of the game, the show, kind of both. I found an article today on CBR.com, and that's kind of the reason that I started this video off with the clip of Joel telling a joke. I really don't know that I agree with this article, but I thought we'd go over it and you could let me know what you think. It says, The Last of Us, talking about the show, biggest obstacle on HBO may be Joel himself. Video gamers connected to Joel in The Last of Us because they played him. Without this connection, the HBO show may struggle to make him likable. The article continues. Fans of The Last of Us can't wait to see their favorite characters brought to life by HBO. But new viewers might struggle to connect with Joel. Joel isn't a typical hero, and the world of The Last of Us does little to promote heroism. Instead, Joel is forced to make hard decisions to keep himself and Ellie alive. I mean, that's kind of what a dad does. I mean, not necessarily alive, but, you know, you have to make hard decisions. And we're not going to talk about Sarah, but Joel is Ellie's, is like her adopted dad. I mean, she is his adoptive daughter. I mean, it becomes that way. You don't see that in the preview, in the trailer, but that's what happens. Players of the games had an easier time connecting with Joel because he was the person they played. He was the character they played. People sitting down to watch the HBO adaptation without that experience won't have that luxury. I kind of understand what you're saying, but once you get through the beginning and you see Joel's circumstances, I think you understand Joel a lot better. I'm going to be honest, as a father who has lost, to me the fact that Joel experienced what he did and then 20 years later is still moving forward and then is able to take on Ellie and do what he does, makes him a hero, at least in my eyes. I don't know. What do you think? We're going to continue with this article, but I just wanted to add that in there. The article continues. Joel displays some serious character flaws as early as the first scene, as Joel flees the first big wave of people infected by the cordyceps. His brother, Tommy, starts slowing their truck down to help some people on the side of the road. Joel tells Tommy to keep going, leaving the innocent bystanders behind to presumably be killed. This us or them attitude only gets worse after Joel's daughter, Sarah, what happens with her. The game doesn't go into detail about what exactly Joel and Tommy had to do to survive the 20 years between the prologue and the first chapter, but players are told Tommy still has nightmares about it. And as the game progresses, players get a good look at just how brutal Joel can be. Well, the world they live in is brutal. So I don't think this makes Joel necessarily a bad guy or even makes him unlikable. I don't know. Then it goes on and says, when Joel and Ellie are separated during the Lakeside Resort chapter, Joel interrogates two men to find out where Ellie is. He beats one of them savagely before asking the other to tell him where she's being held. Though he gets his information he needs, he kills both of the men in unpleasant ways. Even knowing the stakes and Joel's personal trauma connected to losing a family member, the scene is hard to watch. I'm not entirely sure that the person who wrote this article had ever played the game. Let's keep in mind, these guys are cannibals. They're led by a pedophile who's abducted a little girl, and they're going to cut her up and eat her. Joel is injured. If he were to just let them go, they would turn on him and kill him. He does what he has to do to keep the person that he has to keep safe. That's what a parent does. The article goes on to lay out the ending of the first game. I'm not going to say what happens because I don't want to spoil the game for anyone or the show if you've never played the game. So after it lays out those actions that happen, it says that pretty much unless they do something to make him likable, they feel like the audience will turn on Joel. I don't know that I agree with that. I don't know that I agree with any of this, to be honest. I don't think I agree with any of this article. I think Joel is very likable, and to me, he made the right choice at the end. I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to spoil anything. We can revisit that after the season and talk about who was right here and what was right. But that's just my reaction to this article. I'll leave the article in the I'll link to the article in the description. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.